Comic-Con trailers, everyone. So a lot of exciting stuff dropped the past weekend. We got trailers for Wonder Woman, Doctor Strange, Justice League, Kong Skull Island. Help me out. What else? Guys?
There was a bunch of them.
King Arthur. You had a new Suicide Squad, Fantastic Beasts,
Lego Batman.
Lego Batman and Snowden.
Wasn't there a Fantastic Beast? I didn't
Fantastic
watch that
Beasts
one,
and Where to Find Them.
Yeah.
There was a whole bunch of trailers.
A lot of good stuff, man. So what we're going to do is just talk about the ones that hit us the most. We'll go through the bigger ones too, like Wonder Woman, Strange, Justice League.
Of course, yeah.
So who wants to start first?
Jake, let's start with you actually because we haven't heard your thoughts yet.
Yeah, so I was sitting on the couch, kind of waiting to just like post anything on the site on a Saturday for Comic-Con, and all of a sudden I see a Wonder Woman trailer. 2 seconds later I see a Justice League trailer. About an hour later I see a Doctor Strange trailer, then Kong, then King Arthur, and it just came out like in a flurry, and I was writing it up on the site, and I didn't really get to like sit back and watch them. The other day I was able to go back and watch them, and I gotta say, out of all of them, the Wonder Woman trailer was the best one.
Yep,
and
I agree.
I think it's because it's kind of pulling a Captain America: The First Avenger, where it's stepping back, forgetting about the cinematic universe for a little bit, and creating a story of a character who's been around for a very, very long time. And the World War One era, or World War Two?
It's World War One,
right?
Yeah.
World War One era, it plays perfect to the character. I still don't know how I feel about Gal Gadot's acting chops, but her as Wonder Woman is solid. As soon as like she starts walking up those steps in the battlefield, and then she starts blocking away mortars and like all that stuff, you can tell
when
like
those bullets are hitting her shield.
That's the Wonder Woman we've been waiting 75 years to see on screen, or however long it's been.
75 years, you're right.
Patty Jenkins, I think she's a perfect fit for the character. I think Chris Pine looks great as Steve Trevor. I'm glad that there's a ton of him in the movie, or in the trailer at least.
Yeah.
I really like seeing Connie Nielsen in there. I think Robin Wright looks fantastic. That slow motion arrow shot where she's in the air,
from back, yeah.
that's
amazing.
awesome. It looks really cool. It looks down to earth, man. It's very exciting because we've been waiting so long for this character to be on screen in a solo movie, that is. And then of course you got the Justice League, which was awesome. There was a little bit of stuff that I didn't like in the trailer, but it looks great. There's some cool stuff in there. Doctor Strange kicked ass. There's a whole combination thing going on there, and of course all the other trailers. But I thought after Wonder Woman, the Kong Skull Island trailer was my second favorite.
Wow,
that was and they've been saying it all week on like Collider and Schmoes, but it really felt like an Apocalypse Now in this like really weird version. Yeah. In Kong, he looks gigantic.
I heard somebody say that it almost feels like a horror movie in a way.
And you got the music in the background, and they were talking about today, I was watching a show, but Sam Jackson's really the only one talking in the trailer, and you don't get any dialogue from the two stars, in Tom Hiddleston and Brie Larson. And the trailer impacts you like that, like there's some stuff going on there. And so out of all the trailers, like there was some really, really good stuff, but Wonder Woman and Kong Skull Island definitely impacted me the most. But nothing against Doctor Strange, because that trailer was awesome.
Oh yeah,
the Justice League trailer was awesome. Fantastic Beasts, the new Snowden trailer. I don't know if you guys are able to check that out, but it was crazy to watch just because it's so true. But yeah, it was a great Saturday and weekend for Comic-Con. There was some great footage dropped.
Absolutely.
I had a little bit of a different experience than you. I woke up hungover and
Nice.
opened my laptop to see Wonder Woman and Justice League trailers. I was so excited. I couldn't watch them fast enough. And like you, Wonder Woman hands down is the best trailer to come out of Comic-Con in my opinion. Just, I don't want to get too much into depth, but it just looks so amazing. The cinematography, the colors, and the way the rope looks, and all the dark colors around it, it just all looks so incredible. And Wonder Woman kicks ass. I'm so glad this movie is getting made now and it wasn't made like 20 years ago or even 10 years ago, because I feel like it would have been cheesy back then. Now you have the special effects to make it look right on point. I did really like the Justice League trailer. The thing that I really liked is Ezra Miller, and I'm guessing that's what you didn't like because you weren't excited about him as the Flash, right?
I like him. That suit.
I'm curious, what didn't you like?
Well, I mean, it is also unfinished effects too.
You didn't like the suit?
I hate the suit.
The way it looks, or it doesn't look done?
No, I just hate the suit.
Because it's not the Flash, really.
No, like I get it. They're trying to differentiate themselves and they're going after.
I feel like the only reason is because the TV show.
Yeah, but it's just
And they're trying to make him. I get.
It looks like an Iron Man.
Gio brought this up. He might need armor because even though he can move fast, if he gets hit, he can get.
Yeah, but
he can get injured. You
it
know?
just and that might be true, but the look of it is just.
I get it.
It's just.
I get it, but I don't hate it either. But just overall, I was surprised because just the way Ezra Miller is acting and portraying the character, I really liked.
No,
it.
that scene with him.
I watched Perks of Being a Wallflower, and after I watched it, I was like, yes.
Him in the scene with Bruce Wayne was good. It was good, but it's just the suit that bugs me because he's supposed to be the Flash.
But I feel like with all these other actors, they're also serious. I think this movie needs him in it. Like
I think
his
the best
personality.
I think the best part of that trailer is the moment where you see Jason Momoa chugging a bottle of alcohol.
As Aquaman. What about Cyborg's costume? What'd you think?
No, it looks great. It looks exactly like a comic version of Cyborg, just a model.
I mean the Kong Skull Island one was great. And for me, Doctor Strange was the number 2 spot after Wonder Woman. That trailer is amazing when he's running up on the building and sideways and he looks up and he's like, oh shit. Like that moment was great. I was really satisfied with all these trailers.
Yeah, what I'll say about Wonder Woman, how about... Alright, so we know Patty Jenkins can direct. She can give performances out of actresses. We saw Charlize Theron win an Oscar for Monster. I think I have confidence that she can do something with Gal Gadot as well.
Yes.
So I think she's the right director for her. And I mean, how about her directing action? Like, were you expecting that kind of action from Patty Jenkins? We haven't really seen her.
I wasn't expecting that action from this movie. Like, I knew they were going to try to do something unique, but they blew it away.
It looks better than what I was expecting, but I expected some of it because she was on board for Thor: The Dark World before she stepped off. Mm-hmm. So Marvel, they got her for some reason. It must have been action or something. So she's kind of been in this before, but the action, the slow motion stuff. That last scene where you see her fighting the Nazis in the building, she's like sliding on her knees in slow motion and stuff. That's some crazy superhero stuff right there.
Yeah. And Jacob, you know this. The trailer for me is Justice League.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love seeing these guys on screen. We haven't even seen Ray Fisher in anything. This is him making his debut role as Cyborg, and like I'm already excited. Like I think he's gonna do great. Jason Momoa as Aquaman. You love Aquaman, Jake. You know, is might be your favorite DC character.
It's kind of a tie between him and the Flash.
Yeah, and this trailer convinced you like he's gonna be a badass.
Oh, I knew like yes, it's different from the classic Aquaman, the blonde Aquaman, and that stuff. But I always knew that he would kick some kind of ass in because they had to get someone like him because Aquaman, someone who talks to fish, he's always the butt of jokes, always. And you're not gonna want to mess with Aquaman after
that
watching
shot
him.
where he's standing at
and the
edge.
waves and just it's crazy.
I heard people making fun of it like it looks like a cologne commercial, but it kind of does.
It does.
Yeah.
But he's chugging a bottle of alcohol, like it just throws.
What threw me off is his eyes. Like they put these contact lenses on him. It looks like he has like white eyes almost.
Kind of
when he's talking to Bruce Wayne,
maybe
Yeah, and the only thing that kind of bugged me with the trailers though is when Bruce Wayne goes, "I heard you talk to fish." Like it's kind of like a throw-in line. Like it was weird.
I think they're making fun of themselves.
Yeah, but I just hope that
Aquaman.
Yeah,
that'll be the
weird.
only line about that.
Yeah, it was weird.
I thought he actually.
I
thought that was funny actually, the way he said it.
Yeah, my biggest takeaway is that they're trying to add more humor. They're listening to the fans, so they're trying to make this movie a little bit more, light. I guess you could say. It still looks like a DC movie.
I just hope there's not too much. Like I think this trailer was meant to show that they're going for a little bit of a lighter tone, but I hope the whole movie isn't Avengers: Age of Ultron type jokes the whole entire time.
I think there's a difference because you get two different types of jokes. You get the ones where Bruce Wayne's throwing quips and it's the whole more or less joke back and forth with Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
But also you get the funny moments where you see Aquaman chugging a bottle of alcohol. That gets a kick out of you too.
Like
True.
There's two different kinds of comedy in there.
Yeah. Great. Well, I mean, all these trailers are great. Kong Skull Island, it convinced me that Kong can take on Godzilla. I still don't know if he's big enough. I mean,
oh, dude, he's big enough.
He's big enough.
He's big enough.
And I'm curious how they're gonna, because it's set in the 70s, right?
It's set in Vietnam, yeah.
So we assume he's gonna survive for another 40, 50 years.
Well, that's the whole takeaway.
I think
is
he's
the
full
present
grown.
day.
Are you implying that he's going to grow more or no?
Is he going to grow more? I don't
well,
know.
no.
I think he's already full grown.
Yeah, but this
But
is
he's
a difference.
huge.
Like, we're not going to see him fall off the Empire State Building, if that's what you're trying to imply. Like, yeah, after every King Kong movie, he's not going to fall off the building and die. He's going to be around for a very, very long time because they have this
Well,
universe.
he's going to come to modern day because he's meeting
and
Godzilla.
this
He's
is-
not going to die.
In
No,
all other King Kong movies, we know at the end there's going to be some moment where he falls off the building and dies. For the first time in history, that's not going to happen. So we don't know what's going to happen
He's
with the
going to
movie.
probably get off the island, maybe?
It's a completely different movie now,
Yeah.
in story and universe and everything. So we really don't know what's going to happen.
What sucks is that since he's going to end up in modern day, Tom Hiddleston and Brie Larson are not going to be in.
What if they're older?
But that 50 years later.
Well, Vietnam? That's only, what, 4
Alright.
years?
But I'm saying by the
45?
time that movie comes out, it's going to be 2020.
Yeah,
at
that's
least,
true.
right? So that's 50 years. There's no way. That's fine.
That's
though.
all right,
That's fine.
though, yeah,
That's fine.
yeah.
Yeah, you just throw in John Boyega in Pacific Rim 2, and now it's a Clash
No,
of
you
Monsters
got
versus-
Aaron, was it Aaron Johnson? Aaron Taylor Johnson?
Taylor Johnson?
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
And
And Elizabeth Olsen.
Oh, Elizabeth
I
Olsen.
don't think they're coming back.
You
So
could have
many-
Bryan Cranston, but
so
you
many
know.
Marvel Universe characters.
I
Jeez.
know.
Yeah. All right. Well, anything else you want to say about Comic-Con trailers? Anything about the panels that stood out? We know Brie Larson was announced as Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
That's pretty exciting.
that's awesome. Jake, do you want to shed some light on that a little bit?
No, I mean, it was, we kind of expected it. We've been expecting it.
I thought that was the one thing guaranteed going into Comic-Con.
Yeah,
that would be announced.
I thought they were going to announce it as well just because they teased it. They've been teasing it. And I think it was very cool how they did it, too. It was just a quick intro into her. They were getting the cast, or the entire universe together for a photo of all the panels. And they go, our new Captain Marvel. And
I
she
love
walks
the way
out.
they did that.
And it was
Yeah.
just quick. And people are going crazy. She's getting all kinds of praise on social media. She's a fantastic choice. I think that, you know, if anytime you get an Oscar winner to be this kind of character. I know you've been reading the comic books, but Captain Marvel's been a top favorite of Marvel mine for quite a while. And
When will she show up?
she will
Because
show
they
up
could be
in...
Captain Marvel in 2019.
No, she'll show up in the
before.
first Infinity War.
The first one, you think?
I think that she will show up as Carol Danvers
and be a
in
pilot
the first one.
fighting in the
She'll
war.
get her.
Yeah.
She'll get her powers by the end of the first one, and I think both Infinity Wars are before her movie.
I think, yes, because 18, 19. No,
18,
I
19.
think her movie's before Infinity War Part 2.
So and then
I think so.
and then they'll go to her movie possibly, and then she'll
and
be
then
a
she'll
part
have
of
her
it.
powers in
Yeah,
Infinity War.
I think
Part
she'll
2.
get her powers in Infinity War Part 1.
I think that they're heading down her taking over Chris Evans' role.
She's
in
the new
this
Captain
universe.
America.
I think she's going to be
Yes.
the leader of the Avengers
It's gonna be
by Avengers 5.
It'll be her and Black Panther.
Yeah, I think so too. And it's funny because in the comics, they lead the Ultimates,
Yeah.
and they're the leaders of that group. So
But
that's what it'll be.
Don't be surprised if she shows up in a cameo or not a cameo, but a post credits in Doctor Strange. The minute they signed her, I guarantee you they got a costume photo and some kind
I
of.
think that
footage.
might be too
Probably.
soon. You don't think so?
I don't think so, man. Because people want this character
Really?
for so long.
But Infinity War doesn't even come out next year, so I think that I would say at the end of Thor Ragnarok or Spider-Man or.
Actually, you know what? I'll say this: maybe Guardians because she has cosmic ties.
There you go.
She has
maybe you get a Captain Marvel because you know that's where she
Yeah,
gets her powers
yes.
from. Maybe you get a Captain Marvel tease in Guardians.
Well, I've been saying this because of the whole Guardians and then Earth. Like they're two separate universes right now
Yeah.
in the same universe. She's the bridge. She gets the powers from the Guardian side, but she's Earthbound. So right now she's the bridge between the two, and if she's able to gap that, bring that gap together, the universe is going to be crazy close, more than it ever has been. So.
And unfortunately, we didn't get a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 trailer.
It was
Been
shown at
hearing
Comic-Con.
been hearing
Just
a
wasn't
lot of
released.
good
Just
things.
wasn't released.
There was
yeah.
Spider-Man footage shown, there was Thor Ragnarok footage shown, and there was Guardians footage shown. But
I
we didn't
heard
see
the
it.
Ragnarok footage was the best
I
because
heard
it was
about
inside the gladiatorial stadium.
Yeah, with
Did
Hulk.
you hear how it was set up though? Too, it
Yeah.
was like an office
It was-
type interview.
It was a
thing.
mockumentary.
Yeah. And they're like, "What has Thor been doing this whole
Yeah.
time during Civil War?" Like,
Well, that's what is
he's
it?
just chilling.
Taiki Waititi.
Yeah.
That's
And-
his total style of
Yeah.
filmmaking, and I think that's why.
and like Iron Man was avoiding him or something.
Yeah,
like,
and I think it's great. And then the footage I heard
Ignoring his
that
calls.
Hulk's
Yeah.
in his armor and
Oh,
Thor's got a
man.
shaved head and
It's gonna
he's got
be-
this face paint on.
Dude.
Like, yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
it's gonna be the best Thor movie yet.
It's gonna be
I think
crazy,
so.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.